Welcome back to my channel, y'all. It's me, your girl LiaLeigh. Welcome to my channel. For everyone that is just now clicking on a video, this is your first video, seeing my face, hearing my voice. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone's support. If you do not mind, at the end of this video, if you felt like this was beneficial to you, you were entertained, do me a favor, comment down below. If you have any opinions, press the thumbs up button and do not forget to subscribe. I'm gonna really get into this. I have been seeing many creators, many influencers really giving advice, giving their 2 cents, and I'm like, I'm always sharing so much information, whether it is about beauty, health, and lifestyle, talking about my own experiences. So I'm like, okay, you know what I need to do? I need to do some life advice for young women and just giving my point of view of life and what I would like to tell my younger self if I could have. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. So the first thing, I'm gonna knock this out of the park and just start right here. Casual sex and dating, to do or not to do. Simply put, do not allow everyone to have access to your mind and your body. It is extremely important that you balance that and are able to mentally and physically keep yourself healthy. If you are going to engage in casual sex and dating, I'm not going to be the one to say don't do it, and I'm not going to be the one to advocate for you to do it. But if you do want to explore and experiment, I do want to inform y'all that the best way to do so is doing it mindfully. And knowing that if this is something that you want to do, this is something that you're doing for yourself, and you're not getting lost in the mixes in between, you know what I'm saying? Not allowing everyone to have access to your mind and body is extremely important. And even if you don't realize that earlier on, all the many different reasons on why, just knowing the fact that every person that you come in contact with or have access to does not have access to you in that way. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's they want to do it, it's okay to say no. I feel as women, we go back and forth with a lot of the double standard with men on this topics, especially because there's a very big double standard of the fact that men can just go out and sleep around and they're not called all these types of names. And when a woman does it, she gets called every single name in the book and some, you know what I'm saying? Or she's for the streets or this and that. And it's like, I see a lot of commenting arguments in the comments where it's like women like, oh, but when men do this and da, which I completely agree 100%. But like I said, if you are going to do that, make sure you're doing it smart. Make sure you you don't have your business all out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say do not allow everyone to have access to your mind or your body because these people can be extremely toxic and they can put their toxic ways on you, whether it's exchanging energy or whether it's just they're running their mouth like afterwards. Don't nobody got time for that. We don't got time for that. So if you are going to do this, if you are going to explore and experiment, just do so mindfully and be careful. Number 2, so I'm going to get into something that is even more, I feel like, of a taboo. This is, and I don't know why, because it's natural. You know what I'm saying? Having that time of the month is not a taboo. It's not, and it should not be a discussion where young women and young men are just like, ooh, let me not talk about this because I don't want so-and-so to feel uncomfortable, or I don't know if he might look at me differently. Baby boy, your mama has a cycle. If you have any siblings and they're females, they have a cycle. If you have any aunties, your grandma, your great grandma, everyone. And if you're gonna have a woman in your life, she's probably going to have one too, okay? Especially if you want to procreate. You guys, it's normal. Young women, it's normal. Women, grown women, it's normal. Men, it's normal. And I feel like women, we know that it's normal, but it's still kind of like a iffy topic for some to discuss with amongst other women and amongst the men, especially because you never know what that person's views are on the topic. So you know, I may feel super confident in telling my spouse like, yo, it's my time of the month. 9 times out of 10 he already knows because he knows me. Women and men, it's extremely important, I feel like, as well, to inform and educate young men what may be going on in the stages of puberty, not only with themselves but with young women. Let them know, hey, if you see a girl and y'all in school and she may have an accident, it's okay to let her know and be like, hey, be more of a kind friend, be that helping hand versus the person that's gonna be joking and trying to take a picture. Like, we need to teach our young men that way versus this way, like, ooh, I don't want nothing to do with that. Going into this third tip, it should be normal for our young women to know the importance of seeing a gynecologist, especially once they are starting the puberty stage of their life. I have been noticing, because I do have nieces, I do have younger cousins, I was about to say siblings, I definitely don't have any younger female siblings, but I do have nieces, younger cousins, all of that, etc. And to me, honestly, I feel like this younger generation may be starting their cycles a little bit earlier than the generation that I grew up in. So with that may be normal for them, but they need to be comfortable to be able to come to their parents, whether it be a mom or a dad or a male or female figure in their life, and be like, hey, I'm feeling different. I feel like maybe I get upset a little bit more easier, or I feel like I'm a little bit more emotional. I'm getting something is different with my body. And moving forward from that to the conversation of going to see a doctor. Personally, I hands down believe for a young child, young female child, they need to see a female gynecologist. You don't want that first impression of my body is changing and I'm not really sure what's going on to be in front of a male. Like, I feel like it's best sometimes, if possible, to keep it just female interaction. Really quickly, along with seeing a gynecologist, I did some research, you guys, and I did not know that the pap smear recommendations have changed recently, like within the past 2 years. I was always accustomed to being educated on having a pap smear every year. So they have changed it to every 3 years for testing for abnormal cells in a pap smear. So that was news to me. Make sure you're receiving your pap smears once you are the age of, like, they say 21. But if you are sexually active before the age of 21, you definitely need to be receiving a pap smear much sooner than that. Now, this topic, you guys, I struggle with this myself still. The image and the idea of having it all at a certain age being accomplished. Ladies, we do not need to have a family, our career, our husband, our children, a house, and a plethora of cars in the driveway by a certain age. This generation, this time that we are in, especially with the help of social media, fortunately and unfortunately, there is a lot of stressors and a lot of pressure for women, I believe, and somewhat for men as well, to have everything in a nutshell in a time frame that is really not reality for most of us. And I am still struggling with this, because I definitely thought when I was younger I would have everything, I would have my ideal life by the time I was 25, because when I was younger I thought 25 was like, dang girl, that's like a grown woman, like, ooh. Y'all, I turned 28 this year, and let me tell you, I have a car that I'm paying off. I live in an apartment. I live by myself in an apartment. I am in a relationship. I'm nowhere near having no kids. I'm nowhere near a marriage. I'm looking at a pet. Y'all, I want a pet so bad. I started feeding the squirrel that comes outside on my porch peanuts so I can have a pet. That is terrible. I'm thinking about getting a dog, a little dog, but I'm still considering. So anyways, that just goes to show you that I am still a working progress. I'm still very much nurturing myself, the best version of myself, really, because earlier on I had a lot going on in my life. I was enjoying my early 20s. I was working in a line of work, the nightlife, the entertainment business, where it was all over the place. And at the time, I enjoyed my life being all over the place. It was extremely spontaneous, and that's what honestly what I lived for, and a bit of that still lives in me. So any spontaneity that occurs in my life is absolutely amazing. Still learning. My career is still flourishing as an esthetician, as a new business owner. And my 6 months anniversary just passed yesterday. So woo-woo. Wrapping this up in a nutshell, ladies, you do not have to have everything by the time your peers are having everything. Live your life. Perfect yourself and your image through your eyes. Yes, honey, let's get into this with friends. The sad truth of being an adult is you don't have many friends. You don't, especially friends that live in the same town, the same state, somewhat have the same mental capacity as you, whether it's career-wise. Are your friends married? Do your friends have children? Like, what all is in common? Because of course, we know that when we're in the age of going to college, we are really building friendships within college if we're in college, and if we're not, it's more so like the people that are already around us, especially if we are living in our hometown, right? So if those are your friends and those continue to be your friends through even adulthood, that is awesome. For me, I do have a lot of friends, but not many friends that live in South Florida. The friends that I do have are great women. The main thing that reached us all together was previous job in the nightlife. That's how we all met. So of course I do have my friends before that life. I have best friends, but we are also spread out and we're also engaged in our own lives. It's just different. If you do have a good amount of friends, keep them close, keep them tight, and make sure you nurture your friendships and keep everyone close and let them know that you love them. Y'all, peer pressure. Let's get into this peer pressure, right? Let me make sure I'm nice and close. Peer pressure does not stop. Peer pressure is not only for primary school, not only for middle school or high school. It's not only for college. It goes well into adulthood. And I want y'all to know that it is okay to say no. And it is okay to go against the peer pressure and let people know, like, this is not for me. This is not something that I do. This is not something that I want to be a part of. These are not people that I want to be around. If I don't have it financially, I'm going to say no. It's okay to say no and not fake the funk and be capping, because it's a lot of people that be capping these days. So I just want to let y'all know, peer pressure on sex, peer pressure with men, peer pressure with body image, it never ends. It never ends. But you have to know yourself to know that what's for you is for you and what's not is not. And it's okay to let people know that. Whoo, y'all, let's get into finance right quick. So credit cards. I do want to let y'all know credit cards can be extremely fun, but they can be extremely detrimental to your life. Even if it's not right now, in the future, it can be extremely dangerous. So if anybody is into wanting to look into a credit card, please use precaution. I know a lot of stores offer credit cards these days. A lot of like home decor shops. I'm not going to name drop any company because I don't want to ruin any type of future brand partnerships that I could possibly have. Even makeup credit cards, all that, y'all, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to have all this makeup. It's not necessary to have all this financial pressure and responsibility if it's not needed. I'm about to say if it's not necessary, but that's the truth. Making your own choices. This is like up at the top, the tippity top of these tips, for real. Making your own decisions as a woman is so important, much more important than I think a lot of people make it out to be. Making your own decisions could lead to a life of financial gain, a life of so much more pleasure, less stressors. Like, I can't even put it all into words how making your own decisions, sometimes without the influence of outsiders, and outsiders include your mom, outsiders include your dad, your sister, your boyfriend, friends, social media, for me did not resonate until the ages of now. Like, you know, so within literally like the past year to 2 years, because I had to stop depending on other people's opinion to try to develop whatever I was trying to make happen. I knew how I felt, but of course there's always that worry, there's that nervous feeling, the wreck of emotions of what if this doesn't happen this way, or this doesn't happen this way. And honestly, it's life. Some things are not going to go as we would have liked them to go, and that's normal. This ninth tip is you are enough. Every single one of you that are watching, you are enough. Exactly the way you are to the core. If there's anything about you, like physical, like cosmetically, where you're like, oh, I'm just not happy, then fix it. But you are enough the way you are, and I want to make that so clear, because there is a huge pandemic of alterations going on with females and males, but we're talking to females right now, and especially my younger females. There's no reason to touch any part of your body and change it. You are not, even if y'all are under the age of 25, baby, you still have not matured. Like your body is still growing. You still might put on a little bit of weight. You still might drop a little bit of weight. Something may change. As long as you are staying healthy, you are doing your part in your life, which should be every part. You are enough exactly the way you are. I am not shaming any body work, any surgery, any alterations in any kind, because baby, listen, if I had the money, these would be smaller, okay? So yeah, you are enough just the way you are. Love yourself and be true to yourself. That's okay. That's great. That's awesome. Do that every bit. And don't let anyone change the way you are or make you feel any type of way because of the way you are. So yeah, own it. This is so important. Don't be that hater. Do not be the hater. Do not be the hater. It's so many haters out here, and for what? Because you aren't happy with yourself? Because someone has something that you don't have? Because somebody's man looks better than what your man look like? Because somebody has X amount of money? Because somebody has X amount of followers? Because her weave look better than yours? Because her nails look better than yours? Because she got a car, you got a bus? Like, what is it? Don't be a hater. If you are unhappy about whatever you are unhappy about, then change it. You have the power to do that. Everyone should be congratulating everyone, especially if you are following them or they are of some type of influence in your life. Do not be ashamed to congratulate or pat someone else on the back for a win or a season in their life where they are just flourishing. It's okay. It's okay to see someone else being successful and successful in what they are, what's their dream. It's okay. And it's okay if you haven't figured out what your dream is. Keep working. Keep figuring out yourself. Keep learning. Keep nurturing yourself. Be nice. It's okay to be nice. There's no reason why anyone should try to be dim anyone's light. If you don't like someone and you have a legit reason why you are not okay with this person, then leave it at that. Leave it at that. There's no reason for you to try to drag their name. There's no reason for you to try to do any type of drama. Nothing. Just breathe, come back to yourself. Be mindful of what you put out into the world, because it's going to reciprocate. And if you put so much ugliness out into the world, it's going to come back to you, and you're going to be just so bitter and trying to figure out why in the world so much time has passed and you're still not where you want to be in life. It could be stopped, because you can stop it and you can change and you can be a better person. And that's all I got for y'all. It's okay to pat someone else on the back. It's okay to clap for someone. It's okay to be happy for someone. Just do it. Just do it. I do it every day when I look on the news and I see somebody won the lottery. I'll be like, Lord, congratulations to them. That's good for them. And you know what? I can't even be salty for people that win the lottery, because I don't even play the lottery. So to win, you gotta play. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if I should continue with these videos or dive into a different area or different topic. Y'all let me know down in the comments, and I'm going to try to do just that. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all in my next video, y'all. Bye. A lot of